Well, hey there, YouTube. It's Petey Two Finger, and real quickly, I wanted to show you about powering guitar effects pedals with this 5-volt phone battery charger. These are pretty common little devices at resale stores. Now, more often you're going to find the single bank. This is a double, so the single would be half as wide. This is a really nice one. This one here is a higher capacity. And then I have this. I got quite a few. There's a NIM pack somewhere here. Remember that? It's a black circle. It's 10.5 volts NIM. Yeah, it's in the remote stuff. Remote jam stuff, the stuff that we take. But I'd like to get that back and put it out there because
you brought it as an extra.
Having a power bank for like quick, testing pedals or whatever, anything 9 volts. So this here is something that we found at resale, and you can see it's not full. It's good to store these at about 1/3 voltage. But yeah, this particular bank, I found this somewhere. It's it is 9 volt, 5400 mAh. Here we go, 9 volt, 5400 mAh. And so this is a really nice one. If you see stuff like that, that's it's what do you call it? Lithium ion, which is the preferred type of rechargeable battery. It does not have a memory. So what we're talking about specifically today, I wanted to show off this, which is a buck. A step-up transformer. They call it a buck. And this here is rated a 9 volt, 500 milliamps. It's half of an amp. And that's what the new X pulls. The new X, the MG30 pulls 400 milliamps. So the idea with this little guy here is it takes 5 volts in, and it's a step-up transformer. It steps it up to 9 volts. And the maximum current it will pass is 500 milliamps. And the new X MG300 and the MG30 both pull, they sell them with 500 milliamp power supply. And that's what this is. It's 500 milliamps. So it's the correct voltage. It's the correct milliamps. But the polarity is reversed. If you were to plug this in, it would not be good until you cut the wire and crisscross the connections. At that point, it will be putting out center negative, positive on the outside core, and we test that with our multimeter. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. I'm not sure if this one has a charge. I'm guessing I did charge it a bit when I got it. This says 5200 milliamp. And I believe that about as much as selling you some land in Florida. But as you can see here, we're reading 8.97 volts. And if I disconnect it, so yeah. This is a way that we can power our guitar stuff. And as far as the new X goes, I really have no idea how long it would run on a pair of batteries. You got a cable? There it is.
This one?
Yeah, we got to unplug it from the guitar though. Oh, you know what? I don't know why. Yeah, there you go. So Oh. There must be a battery in here. You gotta bring me another pedal. So yeah, I ordered this step up transformer from eBay. I think it was $2.24. And these, you find them at Goodwill. They're $5 or somewhere around that. So here we go with the K-Line Orange Overdrive. This is a really good pedal. I think it's a clone of a BB preamp. So you can see there's no chicanery here. Man, chicanery, where do I pull that one out
What
of?
the heck does that even mean?
It means
Chicanery?
Yeah, I gotta look that one up. So you find these on eBay. They sell them, and they're like 100 gajillion. It'll be a one with like 30 zeros on it, and it'll be like $18 for a 100 gajillion billion zillion ma. And they just lie. They do. You wouldn't believe it. There's like 000, 000, like how many commas am I going to use? The ones that I recommend are the ones that.
Or only 1 bajillion.
No, it's you can open it up and replace the batteries inside with because that's what's in here. This is stacked up of these in there. You know, it's however many up here, and then there's a circuit board up here. This actually has a little LED where it right now it's full. So I got to see how long this is going to last. That's the thing that I was saying. I don't know. Like, will a double battery run? How long will it take before this drains? I'm guessing for a full day of like 8 hours we're out that I would probably need this is 2. I would need another 2. So this I bet you this will do it. Anyway, the one that I ordered one, I think it was $10. It holds 6 of these batteries. So it'll be 3 and 3 in there. And the old way that I used to do this, I used what's called a 7809 voltage regulator. And that has a heat sink on the back of it. So anything that gets hot is like that's the non-efficiency. It's just converting, in the process of doing what it's designed to do, the byproduct is heat. And it's unnecessary. Like I'm not warm, I'm not making popcorn. So, speaking of chicanery, I'm sorry. This step up the buck, the voltage regulator, you need like 2 volts headroom. So if I was going to get 9 volts, I would need at least 11. If the batteries dip below 11, no 9. The step up goes from 5 up to 9. So I'm thinking like, man, going from 5 up to 9, that's going to probably use more of the milliamps to do that trick. And that milliamps that's the capacity of the battery. That's what really drains. As the milliamps affect and the voltage drops too. But that's why I said that one that has the 6 batteries in it. That's the one. Because when the unit dies, I can refill these lithium ions. I can take 6 out and put 6 in. And the lithium ions you get yourself from looking at resale stores for old laptop power packs. There's certain stuff like these little vacuums, the dust busters, some of them are lithium ion. And if you can get it, like people don't buy those. They sit at the Goodwill because there's never a recharger. So if you get it, let's say they price it at $6.99, but then it's half off because it's sat. You pay $3.50, open this thing up, and it's got 6 of these batteries, which are like 10 whatever bucks a piece if you buy them. These things are great. And as far as the charger goes, I've got one of these, and then I got 3 4-bangers. And the 4-bangers, I mean, now everything's so expensive, but going remote, which is meaning that we play in the wilderness, there's no AC, had brought me to this, but there are benefits to doing it this way, which is it's quiet. I built my wife a bass pedal board it's all analog, and there's a tuner, but so that might be digital in that tuner and some of that stuff, but it's there's a preamp, there's a cab sim, there's a auto wah, there's a dirt box, and then that goofy tuner, and basically I put 2 double 18650s. So those pedals are all running on like 8.5 volts. But there's 2 power lines on that thing. There's one switch, you turn it on. They're both fused with like 500 milliamp, like half an amp fuse. And the back of the pedal board, it's kind of it's elevated, maybe it's sloped a little bit. And on the back, I've got 2 of those batteries. So you pop those batteries in, and the whole thing runs off of these lithium-ion batteries. And I know they're going to last. I know they're going to, because they're analog, they don't draw a lot of milliamps. The analog stuff is, some of it's like, I swear there was one pedal on there, it was drawing 1 milliamp. 1. I've never seen that before. I was like, are you sure you're working? And I ran audio through it and I couldn't believe it. So it's kind of a weird thing, running everything off these 18650 batteries. I do it, because we live in an apartment, but I was just like, I wanted to show what we're doing because other people were doing it. Like I saw this thing and I ordered it, and next thing you know, someone on the forum was showing that they were powering their MG300 this way. So yeah, I'm not the first one to do it, but I had the idea months before that other guy put his thing up. I ordered it for this reason. I had picked up that that chunky power supply. This thing, I had this. And this is a $120 device. This is a nice one. So I'm like, what am I going to do with that thing? And then when I saw that converter, I was like, now going down from 12 volts to 9 is what, 3 volts? Going up from 5 to 9 is 4. There's no heat sink on the buck, and supposedly they say they're more efficient than voltage regulators in certain circumstances and depending on how far you're throwing it. So I don't know, but there's no heat sink on the voltage regulator. There is. So we got to see how long it'll run from my estimations of like knowing about this stuff. And these batteries have different capacities too. Some of them are like 3,200 and other ones will be like 1,500. So, I mean, it is what it is. We've got a powered mixer, a 600 watt PA that I slapped together, all these components. It's got a BBE sonic maximizer on the mains that I built in. There's 2 power banks of 6 batteries each to power the mixer. So there's 12 batteries to power the mixer. The mixer had 2 9-volt batteries to run it, and then a third one for the phantom power, which I don't use. So I clipped snips onto there and then ran wires down to these voltage regulators that I got on eBay, where there's a little thumb screw that you adjust to get whatever output you want. So you hook it up to 12 volts, you hook it up to the meter, and 12 and a half, and then you turn the the set screw until it gets 9.06 volts. And then that's it. I mean, it's fused because I put the batteries in backwards all the time. But the thing has a MP3 player built in on it for the backing tracks. And that's how we do our remote music jams. But I just wanted to share that because I'm new to this step up, this buck, and the idea of this little, I should state, most times I like having a fuse. This is 9 volts, I didn't fuse it. But if it's 12, you really should have a fuse. And it wouldn't hurt to put one in here, but the main thing, I don't remember if I mentioned this in this video. When you buy this, the one that I got was the wrong polarity for pedals, meaning the center was hot. The center is not hot with pedals. The center is negative. The outside is hot. So that's where having a multimeter and testing it is imperative. I don't care what it says on the thing. In this case, it doesn't say anything. It doesn't tell you the polarity. So if I would have just, let's say I had a digital pedal and I plugged this in to see if it worked, it might have fried it. It would blow the voltage regulator or capacitor on the input, on the power input. I'd probably be able to repair it, but if you are going to play around with this stuff, you have to have a multimeter. Anytime anything has been modified, you always, before you plug it in and turn it on, you test whatever it is that you've monkeyed with the meter and make sure that your polarity is correct. Because there's a song, it happens to be a personal thing, it's my theme song, and it goes, Mr. Reverse Polarity, the hilarity of the wrong polarity. That's my theme song. So, thank you for joining me. Try to stay warm or keep cool, depending on where you are. Like good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's all the same. Hug your pets.